Hello, Moose family, and this is another edition of the FlanFan show. I'm your host, Jason Blaze, and I'm alongside Jim Flanagan. Jim, are you there?
Hey, what's going on, Blaze? Yeah, I'm here. Oh my God, I can't believe it. We got Jason Blaze running the actual switchboard here on the FlanFan show. It might be a crazy night. Blaze, I don't know if you know the buttons on there. Hey, if you're listening in and the show goes off, you guys know why. Or hey, if you try to call in, maybe you might not get on the show. Maybe you might, but if it gets dropped, Jason Blaze, how's that switchboard working for you, man?
Really confusing, actually, but I think I can get the hang of it. We got some serious business to talk about. I know you're monitoring both Twitter and the Moose chat. How's that going?
That's right, fellas. Jason Blaze will be watching the phone calls there. I'm on moosonice.com in the chat room there. You guys got any comments, questions, you can post them there. I'll read them here online. And also on Twitter. Twitter's always open. Send in your tweets. Now, Blaze, you got the switchboard there. If we run into any fails, we'll see what happens. But, hey, last night it could have got any worse either, man, with the whole Xbox fail, man.
Yeah, no doubt. It's got a new look in the dashboard there. Some exciting new features. I don't know if the Americans got this, but there's a new Xbox Canada feature. And, there's other features, new apps, new everything, and it's just going to make gaming that much better. But you know what's better than gaming itself? That's Moose on Ice. And this is the #1 league. You'll never get anything better than this.
That's right, man. MooseOnIce.com, that's where it's all about. Hey, I didn't check out the new dashboard there. I'm pretty sure it's something cool. If Canada guys got something more than we did, hey, that's cool. That's cool as well. But yeah, man. I know last night it caused some drama. Some of these games had to be either rescheduled or weren't finished. They only played one or two. But in the AHL, a lot of them did get played because the game started at 9 p.m. Eastern in the AHL, whereas the MHL started at 10. So I think the whole issue is like when guys started getting kicked off was later on, like past 10 o'clock. So
yeah, there's some reschedules as far as I know. There's been some fails, a lot of controversy. I know there was a controversial series that happened last night, and we can talk a little bit more into the show. It's just what it is. There's no avoiding it, and it definitely put a spin on last night's games.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking about the games, man, I don't know if you want to go right into it, man. This is the first half hour here of the show where we're going to go over the AHL, and then I think we got Giant 918 later on at 5:30 Eastern. We'll be discuss more of the MHL portion. You ready to go get into this, place or what,
Actually,
man?
I think we got a caller here. Let me try to bring this guy in here.
Oh, man.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. Who is this caller?
Blaze, did you hit the right button?
Man.
Apparently you did. I'm so proud of you. It's like a long lost nephew taking his first steps. I'm so proud of you with the switchboard tonight.
Thank you. Your series there got postponed there. Is there any discussion on why that happened last night?
Actually, my internet was down, so I emailed Kale about 7:30 and said, "Hey, would you mind rescheduling? I mean, I can get my team on." And he actually had a few guys who were going to miss a few games, so we both decided to reschedule it. It looks like we were the experts on the night because all I see today is complete another emo about the Xbox Live update. In fact, to the point where I just got a chance to read one of the threads, the people are actually accusing the MEC or whoever did the schedule of knowing this update was coming. Screwing people over.
Oh,
so
man.
The emo has started early here in the Moose for Season 13, Season 5.
Hey, man, Season 13, I guess it's not so lucky, man. I mean, for you guys it was, man. I mean, I look at the games, a lot of games being rescheduled or didn't finish. Definitely Game 3, Game 2. For the MHL, it was even worse, And I think you did the right thing about rescheduling, man. Smart move there. And then some guys, I hear some talking about guys that lost the series complaining about, their players dropped or whatnot, and getting a whole bunch of emo on there, man. I seen it.
I don't understand how that people are so pissed off that they're going to sit there and blame the schedule as if, Xbox takes the time to email members of the Moose Hockey League about when they plan on doing major updates, and we should adjust our schedule accordingly. If you sit back before you post, folks, it wouldn't come off so asinine. And I'm not mentioning any names, but this person is a captain this year. So we expect better conduct out of you.
There you go. Blaze, I don't know, did you play last night, Blaze?
I only got a chance to play one game there. That's the series that had a controversial spin to it.
Oh,
if you'd like to dive into that series, by all means here.
Hey, why not? Why not, man?
All right.
Yeah. How can you put that out there and then not follow it up, Blaze? You've been doing radio long enough to know.
Yeah. I already forgot which team Blaze plays for, man.
You ain't right, Flanny. You ain't right.
I know, man. I'm doing too much waiver games, man. I got like 60 guys in my head, you know what I mean?
Well, the problem also is you have a laptop or a desktop from 1967 that apparently didn't want to work last night.
Hey, I'm on the Mac today, man. I'm on the Mac today. So,
Sorry to cut you off, Blaze. I wanted to touch on last night's problem as I kept calling back in the silence.
What a train wreck, man. That's why we got Blaze on the switchboard today, man. So we ain't taking
nobody to blame.
We ain't taking no risks. All right, Blaze, what's the game, man?
Yeah,
all right, Damage Incorporated versus the Raging Fornicators, and Cole and Ellie actually called in yesterday to talk about it. The first game happened 7-3. That's the controversial game of the series. The second game was 4-3 for Damage Incorporated. The first game goes to Raging Fornicators 7-3, first of all. And the third game is going to be rescheduled due to the Xbox fail. Now, the first game, what happened here is, Colinelli tried the rookie goalie he drafted, who happens to be highlight reel. Now, this guy, he got lit up by Cloudy Days' team, which is the Raging Fornicators. He rage quit and he left.
Wow.
Yeah, we already got the first rage quit. And
that's when you came in, right? Game 2?
Game 2, we won 4-3, with Cloudy Days actually disconnecting twice. And near the end of the game, I disconnected for the Xbox thing.
Now, are you sure that was a rage quit, or maybe the guy had some Xbox
he mentioned
problem?
He had the update earlier,
and
it was after he got scored on like 5 easy goals. So
wow,
never
what is
came back.
The goalie this year?
He's getting removed.
We had a goalie do that in the scouting game before the draft. I'm not going to say his team or tag. I mean, unless somebody pushes me or twists my arm, but. We had a guy who had contacted me about getting a scouting game. So we set him up with a game. He was on the other team. And we put 7 on him in 2 periods. He quits out of the game and then sends me a message that says, I'm not getting my stats effed up by these guys. So what is it with goalies rage quitting already? It's not even a week into the season.
Yeah, no doubt. It's, it's funny, too, because considering this was our opening series of the season, because our first series got rescheduled. So, first game of the season for our team, and this guy just rage quits and leaves. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, it was an epic fail. And then, the other 2 games kind of got messed up by Xbox Live. We managed to finish the second game before the majority of the damage happened, and, it was interesting. Back talk from both captains. Not bad back talk, but, a lot of pointing fingers and, it just wasn't pretty whatsoever.
Okay. Well, but basically, bottom line on here, 2 games got played. The third one's being rescheduled. It's 1-1 here. Cloudy Days takes game 1, 7-3, and then Damage Inc. wins 4-3 game 2, and it's going to come down to game 3. I don't know when that's rescheduled. But Cloudy Days having a solid season so far here in his first 2 series. Played 5 games. This guy got 11 goals, 4 assists, 15 points already on the season. Doing a great job there for the Raging Fornicators. I know he's got a 12-man roster with these disconnects last night, man. I'm pretty sure he still had 6, right?
Yeah, he had a 6, but
okay.
The other guys just they weren't even there when his guys lagged out or disconnected. He should have said, "Okay, we're done for the night," right? He didn't even bother trying to get these sessions. Go ahead.
We're missing a very major point here. Very major point. How about Blaze coming in and winning game 2 here, save the team?
I don't know about all that, man. I mean, I heard Blaze disconnected there too, and the computer made all those saves at the end there, man.
Last 5 minutes, majority of gameplay was in the first 2 periods.
I want to see him play the whole game. I want to see him play the whole game. Then I'll get some respect for him.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next series, eh?
All right.
All right.
So are you the main goalie now, or is Colonelli going to send me a trade email?
You could still be called up by Leeson, though, right?
Send you a trade email. I don't know. He's looking on the market for a new goalie because Cloudy picked up the rest. Idiot.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Most of them.
I picked up a goalie 2 days ago, so he didn't get all. He picked up the wrong goalie. Is what he did.
All right, guys, let's move on to another series here. It's King of the 412's team facing Saints team here. Saint going off to a good start there, winning the first game 2-1, and then King's team, the Devil's Rejects, come back and win it in overtime, double overtime actually, or no, just overtime. Sorry, 6-5, and then Saints team ends the series with a series win here, 3-1. King, I heard he played net for 1 or 2 of the games there, and in the first game there, he's actually the one that put it in on himself to let them get the first game win. That's kind of embarrassing.
Well, here's my question about that series. Why did he not play newly acquired Rocco 33? Because I looked through the stats today and I didn't see any.
No, he was there. I think game 1 he played, the first one.
Did he?
Yeah, where they ended up losing that one, and then game 2 went to overtime, and then I believe Hockey Mike got the overtime winner, and then by game 3, did he put? No, he didn't. He didn't put Rocco game 3 because they lost game 1 with him on there, so you went with what was working game 2. I mean, this series was close. This was a great series between both of the two teams here, and King in one of the games, I believe the second game, now King was playing defense here. He had 2 goals, 3 assists on defense, man. 5 points in that 6-5 win. Great performance there. But what about Saint? Saint 0420 this season, man. Off to a really great start. He's 4-1-1 so far, winning back-to-back series here to start things off. For the Devil's Rejects, King of 4-1-2. I mean, they lost the series here. They're 1-2. But this thing could have went either way, man.
They got a solid team. He got a lot of newer guys. We played them in the first series, and really quickly, they were playing together as a team. A lot of good passing. They weren't forcing a lot of cross-crease stuff. They were pushing back to their defensemen. They had us on the run a little bit in our defensive zone. So they came in ready to play. If they kept doing that, the guy that's been really, I noticed in our series that was really good was, I think it was Drake Phil, and he played center, and he played really well. So I think he got another one last night, if I saw it correctly, and he's a first-year guy. So, give King a little credit for doing his homework and checking out these new guys in the scouting games.
Yeah. And the guy that's really having a great season there for Saint is Straight Filth, man. I mean, this guy had a great performance in the first week, the first games that they played. And then last night, also, I believe he put up like 9 points. This guy has 9 goals, 9 assists, 18 points already on the season. And a majority of why Saints team is ripping it up here so far this season, man. Anything else you want to add there, Blaze?
Man. It was pretty close, it looks like. It could have gone either way. The games were within 1, except for the third game, which was 2. But, it could have really went either way. It could have been a lucky bounce that could decide this series there, but the hat was tipped towards Saints team there, and they got the series win.
Yeah, and this series here, the Devil's Rejects actually outshot Slow Children at Play But Sniper 0270 in net for Saint there had a big night as well, man, and kept the games close there, and hey man, close, but they won it, man. So Saint goes on 4-1-1. We'll see what else he got here for the rest of the week. Let's go on, man. What's the next series?
Next series there, we got Lambda versus the Sesame Street Nightmare. Lambda, I'm going to say Funbags' team there. They won the first game 6-2. They annihilated the second game 5-1. And then it was a little closer, but they won the third game 3-2. It was a series sweep here, and I'm not really impressed with the Sesame Street Nightmare. They're not really putting it. I believe they're 1-5 so far, and just Funbags is killing it as well. And it was kind of unbalanced there.
I agree, man. I mean, Funbags off to a great start here, man. And they took all three. That third game was close, was 3-2, but I think IR Fanny Pack either was disconnected or something, but I know he wasn't playing in that game 3. They couldn't get him on, and, so it was close there. But little spoiler, man, the Sesame Street Nightmare, I mean, this is a shock to me. I thought this guy had a solid team. I mean, little spoiler himself, a great forward here in the league, but they're 1-5 right now, not looking so good, while the Lambda guys off to a extremely great start. 5-1 there for Captain Funbags, who won the Antler Cup. He was part of the Antler Cup winning team last season, and looks like he wants it again here. So, what do you think, Low End? Do we still got him or no?
Let me check here. Yeah, it says we still got him. Low End, are you there?
Maybe he stepped out. It's all right, man. I mean, Lambda continue their ways here, and a little spoiler, 1-5, man. What do you think about Spoiler's team there, Blaze? What's going on, man, with that club?
They got a good roster on paper, but they gotta make changes here. They definitely either gotta trade somebody or move somebody out of a position and put them in another one, because they're not providing. They can't score apparently, and obviously their defense isn't doing what they're supposed to do, getting beaten 6-2, 5-1. The 3-2 victory lost there. What can I say? They must have gotten lucky for real, because the first 2 games is any indication this team's in serious trouble.
Yeah. And I noticed for Spoilers' team, they did some goalie swapping around here and there. So I don't know. I mean, they're trying out different things there, but so far it ain't working, man. And last night for Lambda, B. Kemba had a huge night, man. 3 games, he had 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points. Funbags also had 10 points, but he was the dishmaster. 1 goal, 9 assists in that big win there. So off to a great start. And I believe Funbags still has Upshaw for MVP on his team, doesn't he? Well, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I believe so.
And he's been doing this without Upshaw for MVP, man. These guys.
I think Lowen is trying to get back in here, so let me try to get him back in here. Sorry about cutting you off. Yo, Lowen, is that you?
You got me, buddy.
Where'd you go?
I have no idea. Nothing changed on my end. I guess something happened with the switchboard, but I'll give you a pass for your first time.
Oh, thank you. You're so caring.
Yeah. Speaking about Funbags, who's coined himself Lamar, the javelin throwing wonder this year with the Lambda. Let's face it, this guy's a veteran. He knew exactly what he was doing during the draft. I was lucky enough to have him in G-Chat the whole time, mainly because I thought he was going to steal some of my picks, because we were pretty much on the same kind of wavelength for what team we wanted to draft. And he knew what he was doing coming out of the draft, and I'm not shocked at all to see how well his team's performing, even without Upshaw. He's got these guys playing at a high level. He knows how to coach, man. He carried Tyson's tattoo to that title last year. I got to witness that firsthand. So don't be surprised if you see him there at the end.
That's a point I brought up on here. I mean, both of the games that these guys play, I mean, they're 5-1 right now. Both of the series here for Funbags without Upshaw for MVP. I mean, that was his number 1 pick in the draft here. And I know sometimes even Double D, 35 MPH, and Fanny Pack were called up to the MHL. And he's still winning them, man. Without these guys, he's still when Upshaw comes into this lineup, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, so far, I mean, I think this might be the team to beat here that's showing greatness here, but it's still early, man. It's still early. I want to see this team play some of the other teams there in the AHL.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
What
Okay.
We got any other series or what?
Yeah, one more series of the night here, and it shows consistency. Consistency beats sporadic scoring here. The first game, it's We Killed Kenny versus the Two Line Tweakers. So we got who is it? D Mitch's team versus BD Smith's team. Two up and coming captains here. They drafted pretty well. The first game, it was a blowout. It was 7-4 for We Killed Kenny there. The second game shows consistency. 4-3 victory for the Two Line Tweakers. And then consistency again. It's 3-1 victory for the Two Line Tweakers. This consistency value I keep saying is they scored 4-4-3. Meanwhile, We Killed Kenny scored 7-3-1. Now, if they could have kept up the scoring output, sure, they could have had the series, but they faltered near the end, and this is what cost them the series.
Blaze, I think you're trying too hard with that one word there.
Yeah.
But on here, this is. but this series on here, man, a great win for D-Mitch 420. I mean, these guys started off the season, the Two Line Tweakers, horrible, man. I mean, they got swept their first series, and then they came out against this team here. They lost the first game, so they started off 0-4, and then somehow, they got on here, won the next two, and took the series win. Big win here for D-Mitch to try to turn things around here. It wasn't easy, man. I mean, BD Smith came in here, gave him a fight. They actually, had more time attack than the Two Line Tweakers, but somehow, Brent kept them in there. Great job in net last night, and Two Line Tweakers win their first series here, man. Big win.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, man, these two teams have really killer lines, but it was D-Mitch's team that finally got the win there, and they desperately needed this if they didn't want to be down and out early in the season here.
Yeah, and Brent faced a lot of shots in that there, man. He faced 53 shots last night, so he definitely kept them in there, got the 2 wins, and got the series win there. So big ups to him in that. And also another player on here for the Two Line Tweakers, newcomer, Deliberated. He had 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points on the night as well in that big series win. Does that cover all of them, or is there any more
Nope.
other?
That's all for the series last night, man. Like I said, Xbox pretty much obliterated the rest of the games there.
So the Low-End, do you already have a scheduled on that reschedule, or are you still working that out, man?
Nah, we're still working that out. It's probably not going to be. I got to get my team together. I've been having problems with our goalie showing up. Apparently, I don't speak English or text well in the Xbox Live messages, so I've now asked Sniper to talk to him because apparently, like I said, I speak German. So we're going to have him, So basically, I'm trying to push it for a week or two so I can actually get my team together. I got a few guys who've had some sketchy availability. This should be evening out in the next week or so. I just like to face them with my full squads.
Okay. We got I think we only got one series lined up here for tonight, which is the Miss McGill's Tea Party, led there by Tony Soprano, who's 1-2, taking on Dharma Initiative, who's off to a 3-0 start here. Any predictions on this series here tonight, guys?
Yeah.
Wow. Soprano's been kind of a captain fail so far. I know that Hugh Laurie hasn't played yet, even though he's only 1-3. You'd think you would get him in. I don't know if he's playing this week, but I would think you'd want to get him in there. And I haven't heard good things about Tony's practices so far, so we'll see what happens. I don't have much on the Dharma Initiative.
Okay. Well, I mean, they started things off. They played against Kale's team. They won the first game. The other 2 games were 1-goal games that they lost 3-2 and 3-2 game 3. So, I mean, that the series could have went either way, and that was without Hugh Laurie. Now, I believe Hugh Laurie will be in the game tonight, he's got some great veterans on this team. I mean, you're talking about Shadow Selene on there, Lazy Monday, 37 in a row, Hugh Laurie. Can he put it together? You know, Tony Soprano himself. There's a lot of great veterans on this team here for Tony Soprano, and he's up against one teams that a lot of people are talking about this team, man, about Joe Stowe's team. I mean, Joe Stowe put together a great team when he captained last time here. He's captaining again here, and off to a great start. Blaze, what can you tell us about this Dharma team? How are they so off to a great start, man?
Yeah, we just lost Low End, by the way.
All right.
You know, he drafted a great team. You know, you got Dana White there. Obviously, earlier in the season there, he started chirping, but he has the right to chirp. This guy is a solid player, and he's been shutting it down. Along with this John 18B and, of course, Joe Stowe himself, man. These two are phenom scorers, and, you know, they're proving it otherwise. You know, I'm not sure if Matty Bissell's played or Hollywood Bob's played yet, but, you know, he's definitely found a team that could win the championship, and that's exactly what he aims to do.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see how he does against this team here, against Tony Soprano. I know week 1 he played against D. Mitch. You know, D. Mitch won last night, though, but, you know, we'll see what happens here. I mean, a lot of guys laughed, you know, when you talked about Dana White and stuff, so we'll see, man. We'll see if Jason Blaze knows his thing. You know, if this guy's the real deal here. I know John 18B, Hollywood Bob, and Joe Stowe up there on front, man. I mean, 3 veterans here in the Moose, and they're doing a great job. We'll see what happens. That's actually the only game for tonight, and also there's going to be a lot of waiver games. I believe Giant 918 will be hosting waiver games, so waivers, if you're listening tonight, same time, 9 p.m. Go ahead.
We actually have a caller on the air. Let me try to get him in here.
All right.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Who is this caller?
What's up, boys? It's Saint.
Hey, Saint. You know, you had the series last night there. You got any words about that series?
It was a tight series all the way down. We squeaked out a win with that one. It could have gone either way. I mean, shout out to both teams. Both teams played great on the ice.
Yeah, no, they did. Now, did you experience, or your team experience any difficulties with the internet last night?
No, we heard about it, and we were trying to force the update before the series, but none of us could get it to go. And the only person that dropped out was Converse dropped out in the third game, but that was sometime in the beginning of the third period or end of the second, so it really didn't matter.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Hey, man, I mean, you guys are off to a great start, man. So far here, 4-1-1. You know, only losing 1 in regulation so far. I mean, that series could have went either way. I mean, on paper, it looked pretty damn close. You had an overtime game in there. How great is this straight filth guy? I mean, I looked at this guy's stats, man. I mean, I haven't seen him personally on the ice, but looking at the stats, man, this guy's putting up some great numbers for you guys, man.
Yeah, man, he's a great all-around player. I mean, he can score, but he thinks about the pass first. And if it's open for him, he'll take the shot, and he's amazing. I mean, he's got a lot of talent, and I can see him going far in this league.
Okay. I mean, it's working out so far. You guys playing hell of a defense. I mean, you guys got a sniper backing you guys up in net there as well, who's also doing tremendous here so far in the first 2 series. Good luck the rest of the way here. I don't know if you had anything else you want to say, or Blaze, if you had any other questions here for Saint.
Nah, man, just good luck, and you know, I hope to see you some point in the season there and test your team.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I just wanted to give a shout-out to my team. We played a hell of a game last night, boys. Just keep it up.
Awesome. All right, man. There you go. Saint calling in. That's for the slow children at play. Not looking so slow here so far, man. Off to a good start. Blaze, I know it's 5:30 right now. We'll go to the MHL portion. I don't know if you want to hit a soundtrack there. Get Giant 918 in here into the conference. Is he on or no?
As far as I know, he's not. Surprisingly.
All right.
So.
All right, hit up some give us some jam here for a couple of minutes. Let me hit up Giant, see what's going on, man. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. It's in the middle. It's the middle column, man.
I know. I'm just.
All right, we're back on the air here. Back to this is the MHL portion, 5:30 Eastern. I know Giant 918 calling some traffic here in Jersey. I mean, it's pouring, downpouring, so I'm assuming maybe a lot of accidents going on. Blaze, you still there, man? Giant? Anybody?
You.
Yo, Giant.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Flanny? Jesus Christ, man. I sent you a text before before I even left work because I just saw the traffic. It's unbelievable. And once again, when a car is broken down, they got the police officers and stuff like that. They're flashing their lights, and of course, everybody got to know what's going on when somebody's just got a lemon of a vehicle that's just broken down and stuff like that. I guess it's for driver safety or whatever. Nonetheless, I'm really pumped up. www.mooseice.com. Follow us on Twitter at Moose on Ice. You guys doing a fabulous job over there. Want to give a couple of shout-outs, Flanny, and to the rest of you Moose family. Want to give a shout-out to Brent. He's helping out Kuzi with the website and stuff like that. Want to give a shout-out to the League Daddy guys as well. A lot of help over here this season, so we appreciate that, guys. Shout-out to you, Flanny, as well, for helping out with the waiver games, and Goofy J as well. I believe he ended up helping last night, too. Is that correct, Jim?
That is correct. Even with the problems with the servers, with the whole Xbox thing, I believe they got like 4 waiver games done last night. So great job. We have, like almost 10 waiver games already this week, and I believe you're hosting some tonight, man. Is that true?
Yeah, that is correct. I'm going to get on early to make sure that the dashboard update is okay. A lot of failed. We heard a lot of complaints last night. They had to reschedule a lot of games and stuff like that. A lot of people are crying about some of the wins and or losses. There were one of these posts that it was just a tornado of diarrhea. My eyes started to bleed. It appeared so much people. They were writing short stories and stuff like that. Maybe they could do interviews over here or something like that instead of the usual baiting and trolling the forums and things of that nature. So
yeah. A lot of disconnects. I think we still got Blaze. Blaze is actually watching the dashboard there, the switchboard. He's got that down, and first time hosting him, man. Doing a good job. Blaze, you still there, right? I guess not, man. All right. That's cool.
Right.
We'll go on here. Giants, you mentioned a lot of games being disconnected, not finished, some being rescheduled. I think most of them, they played maybe 1, maybe 2 games at the most, and some just rescheduled completely. It wasn't so bad in the AHL. AHL, because they start earlier, there was only maybe 1 game that had to be rescheduled, the game 3. But other than that, take a look at the series here. There's really not much to go over, man. Are you still in traffic driving, or did you already get back?
I just got home, so I'm talking. My wife's trying to talk to me. I'm waiting on hold. I'm hoping you got my text message before I locked out. So I guess you finally got it. I'm just curious where Blaze is.
Yeah.
It's not even on G-Chat. It's all right.
Maybe you didn't know that he's doing both of them. Maybe he just thought he was going to stay for the first one, which is fine, man. He did a great job the first half hour. Low end called in. We also had Saint. We're getting a lot of calls in on the AHL portion, which is great, man. I didn't expect so much, especially with the new time change. But I'm looking at the stats here. The first one I want to go to is Charlie Brown, Christmas, taking on Gradius amounts of energy that they're by Jay Zamorsky. Now this game I think got streamed live. Jay Zamorsky was streaming it. Went to overtime actually, going to overtime, and Driftkick 99 pulling off a big win here, getting it done in OT, and it was Derek GNR on defense with the OT winner. That's the only game they played, man. At the best of 3 series. But Jay Zamorsky losing his first game opener here, man. What'd you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not every day. It's not every day that you see someone like Superstar 500 giving up 5 goals, and there's some rumblings in the background as to as to some of these guys saying how cheesy of the goals that were scored. They were alleging that 3 of the 6 goals are cheesy, but nonetheless, you got to give credit to Charlie Brown Christmas that they got the job done regardless of what happened and all the fail that occurred on Xbox Live. They took care of it, and that's serious, So one up on Charlie Brown Christmas. Some of them guys, they might be popping shit or something like that. If I was gratuitous amounts of energy, though, I wouldn't be concerned about those second two games whenever they will be rescheduled. We discussed this at length on Monday, I believe, Flanny, that their defense looks weak. Matty K had a pretty shitty season last season as well, and I really think they're going to be struggling. Do they have any other previous games that were played? The Charlie Brown Christmas?
Yeah, they played before against Timeless.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah, I see it now.
Where they went 1-1-1. I mean, they lost the series, but there's a game that was in overtime. I mean, that series could have went either way, man. I mean, all games there were like one goal games. But in this series last night here, Matty K didn't look so good either, man. I mean, he had a 66.7 save percentage. Somehow they still ended up winning here. I mean, time of attack, Jason Morski's team destroyed them here, 11-30 to 658, but just couldn't win it, man. A lot of great face-offs done by Drift King's team, winning the face-offs and coming back in the third period, getting 2 goals, and then finally in overtime to seal it here. So it didn't take long for JC to lose his first games here, but he still hasn't lost in regulation, and they still got 2 more games to finish this series, man.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I really wouldn't be, JC's defending Moose League champion. He was captain last season. He's going for 2 in a row. I don't know how he swindled his girlfriend to get away with that, but I'd be pretty confident if I was him. And again, I think it's just it just happens once in a while, and that's it. I mean, what more can you say,
I mean, it was great. I mean, Drift King too. Drift King and Jay-Z, part of the championship team. It was great to see both of these guys captain here this season, going head-to-head against each other here. And they're going to play again. I mean, they're in the same conference, so it should be interesting this season between these two. So that's all I got on that. Let's go to another series here. We got Bills 39, Beauty and the Bill taking on the Worst Kind of People, led by Timeless. And Bills 39, they win it here. It was close, man, 2-1 final. But Beauty and the Bill off to a 4-0 start here this season. What do you think, Giant?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? They look great. They look hot. I'm a little surprised. Again, we had Dad on the air on Monday as well. But he's doing a great job so far. 13 shots, 12. Only letting up 1 goal allowed. 92.3 save percentage just for that one game. Obviously, they're going to have to reschedule, it appears, the other 2 games, which they have rescheduled already for a later date. But these guys are getting the jobs that I wouldn't even be concerned that it was a close game. It seems like very defensive. Both of the teams' defenses are very good. So...
and this one, I think this was a series that had a lot of drama going on here, man. I know.
Oh, is that the one that What's His Timeless was crying about the whole time?
Where a lot of the guys, This is the one that had a lot of controversy going on, and they lost this series. You know what I mean? But
what do you mean they lost the series, or they lost the game?
The game. I'm sorry, they lost the game, but they still got 2 games to come back in this series
I
here.
know.
But
I don't understand what all the drama is for. What is that? I mean. The amount of time spent complaining and crying on the forums could be spent practicing on the ice, Jim. I don't understand it.
Is that Blaze? Blaze, where the hell you been, man?
That was a fail on my part there. I had my Skype mic muted there. But,
oh, my God.
Give me a break here. But we actually do have a caller there, so let me bring this guy in here. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Who is this caller?
Wait, what's up, man?
Hi. Who is this?
That's Straight Phil.
Hey, Straight Phil. Where is the other 2 guys?
Yeah, what's going on, Phil? What's on your mind today? Phil.
Sorry. I'm just happy about how my team's doing right now, how they're playing and stuff.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? You want to give them a shout out or whatever?
Yeah, sure.
That's part of Saints team.
Yeah, you're on Saints team or what, bro?
Yeah.
Thanks for the HL. I mean, you guys are off to a great start, man. I think 4-1-1 for that squad there, man. And especially you, man. I mean, first time here. Being a first-time player here in the Moose Hockey League, what do you think about the league so far here, man?
Yeah, it's a pretty good setup for yeah, it's a really good interaction also, I guess.
Okay. I mean, first-time player there. I mean, I took a look at the stats here, man. I mean, definitely putting up great numbers there for Saints. And one of the reasons why you guys are off to a great start, 18 points already on the season. Blaze, you got any question here for Straight Phil?
Not really. Just also a good luck to your team there, and like I said earlier, to the captain that called in earlier on the first half hour, I'm looking forward to see your team there and putting a good test against your team.
Hey, thanks for the call, Phil. We appreciate it, bro.
Yes, thanks, no problem.
There you go. Straight Phil calling up. Hey, man.
I don't know if he got nervous or what, man. Like, it's all right. I guess it happens sometimes. There's a very, very odd call or whatever. I don't know if he doesn't hear us. How's my sound, guys? Is it good or what?
You're right, man. You're right.
All right.
Yeah, it was his first time calling, so, I remember my first time calling into a radio show. I was pretty excited there. I was shaking like a leaf, but, this is serious business. This is where the big boys play, and he manned up and definitely called in.
Yeah. Shout out to Straight Phil over there, man.
A lot of firsts here tonight. Blaze on the switchboard. Got some first-time callers. What else, man? Hey, Giant hosting first-time waiver games tonight. It don't get any better, man. What else we had last night? I mean, that was Beauty and Bill taking on Timeless' team. We'll see what happens with the rest of that series. The other series here was IR Fears. With how do you pronounce the team again there, Blaze?
Le Tabernacle.
There you go. Taking on Smoking That Herb, led by M. Farrer. And Fears got a good win here. In the first game, they only played one. And a huge win here for Sobe IR Fears. They lost their first opening series, but here was a great win. And they came out strong, man, here. NJ Ski with a hat-trick here in this series. XZVXZ had 4 points also here, 1 goal, 3 assists. But great job in net here by Sobe IR Fears, the captain here. He had 22 saves out of the 25 shots faced. I mean, these guys were outshot here big time. I believe it was like 25-10 or 7. And he came out big with an 88.8 percentage. We'll see what happens the rest of the series here between these two. What do you think here, Blaze?
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh there, but someone's probably cooking themselves some supper there.
It's probably Giant. He's just coming in, probably getting his hot dogs on or something, man. Hit up a lot of traffic there, man. A lot of traffic in Jersey because of the horrible weather here. We go from bad internet connections to now this rain. Don't get any worse, sir. But
we actually got another caller here. If you want me to bring him in, or do you want to get to your point first?
Let me just break this point. I mean, Sobe IR Fears, big win. And he also called up Agent Jack Bauer for this game here to fill in. We had 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points as well. And great solid front there. Bauer, XZVX, and NJ Ski played well last night, man.
All right, let me bring in this caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Who is this caller?
Hey, this is Jason's friend.
Who?
Yeah, who is this caller?
This is Jason's friend. He told me to call in. Jason Blake told me to call in.
Oh, I know who this kid. This kid's not my friend. This is one of Scotty Wild Thing's dudes.
That's a big tight cut doo-doo on the vagina.
I'm getting removed. I'm removing that fucker. That's one of Scotty Wild Thing's buddies there. I believe he goes by the name of Butcher Man. He just tried to butch the show, but he got the X. And
got a big fan base there, Jason Blaze.
Yeah, a lot of fans, a lot of enemies, Blaze.
Hey, man, you either like him or you hate him, man.
Yeah, you know what? I really like IFear's team, guys. I think he's got some good backups as well. Agent Jack Bauer. I think that's very quality, and I think he's going to do pretty good. NJ Ski's on the team as well. I think they should be just fine. I definitely think they're going to be making the playoffs. Maybe they need a little bit more chemistry going along. They were struggling the opening night, but I wouldn't be too concerned if I was Le Tabernacle or whatever the hell they are.
It's a swear word against the church, actually, but...
All right, man. And the last series here, these guys actually played 2 games last night. They were able to play 2. It was between Duke, the Fappers taking on JJ's team, Serious Business Cats. And game 1, Duke took game 1 7-2. Then game 2 going to overtime, and it's JJ's crew there winning it 4-3 in OT. I believe it was Cam I.M. with the OT game winner. Or they're tied up 1-1 here, and they got one more game to play. What do you guys think about this one here, man?
Yeah, 2 great teams over here, guys. And, I don't know what happened that first game. It was definitely a blowout. And Serious Business Cats looked to struggle. They definitely made some adjustments over there and doing a great job in that second game. To get the winner in overtime. Anytime I think that Duke and Daly's going to be captains, I think they're just automatically going to be into the playoffs, He's got those guys, both of those players are very diesel, and they draft very well every time. This is going to be the second time, I believe, that Duke's going to be captain over here in the MHL. Blaze?
Yeah.
Blaze?
I don't know.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I was just screening, and Scotty Wild Things buddy keeps trying to call in there, so I screened that call and just removed him before he got on the air.
All right, man. All right. Great job on the switchboard. On here, I know Low End called in on the AHL. He's talking about Rocco. Rocco played game 1 in the AHL. The reason he didn't play the other ones also here, he filled in here for Duke's team in that game 1 when they won that big 7-3 win. And but then the other game there, Cam I.M. coming out big, game 2 getting a hat trick, the OT game winner to win that one. So looks like some roster fill-ins there, and we'll see what happens game 3, man. I mean, these 2 definitely top caliber teams here so far this season. A lot of guys predicted both of these guys to do extremely well, and I think they are, man, so far.
Yeah, I agree with that, Flanny.
All right. Well, do we have anything else going on at MooseNice.com? I wasn't much on the website today, besides the waiver games and stuff. Did you guys see anything on the forums being posted, or?
No, I think it was just like who's got the funniest team name or whatever, and I think a goodly majority of the people are pretty much going to say it's Syndrome of a Down. It's kind of amusing, scandalous, what have you. A lot of people take it lightheartedly. Some may be offended, things of that nature, and that's what's different about the Moose. We have our own custom team names and stuff like that, and it definitely, I think it sets us apart from the other leagues that are out there, Blaze.
I have a little side story about Legion Syndrome of the Down. He actually wanted to use a picture of me as his logo. And I gave him permission, but, obviously I don't think he did it because he told Kuzi no, but Kuzi, I'm giving you permission. Put my face on that logo and let Legion remind himself that he traded for his worst nightmare.
Damn. Jason Blaze trying to be a billboard advertisement now, man. You know what I mean? But
it's not like everybody doesn't know you anyway, Blaze. So.
So that was all the games from last night. A lot of them got to be rescheduled, finished up, and stuff because of the server issues. Tonight we only got 2 series here, unless some of those games from last night are being played tonight, which could happen. But the 2 that I see on League Daddy here already posted. One of them is Drift King's team, man. Charlie Brown Christmas taking on JJ's team here, Serious Business Cats. Drift King came out with a big win against Jay-Z last night in that overtime win, and JJ's team here who are 1-1. What do you guys think here, man? Can between these two series here?
I think.
Prediction?
Go ahead, Blaze. I'm sorry, dude.
Actually, I didn't even say anything, so go ahead, Giant.
All right. I think the Serious Business Cats, they're going to take it. Maybe they're going to have to win one of them in overtime. I don't think they're going to have any problems whatsoever against the Charlie Brown Christmas, Blaze.
Yeah, again, I'm not really familiar to these two teams there, but I guess I'm going to have to go for the expert opinion here and go with Giant.
Okay. And the other series here, Jason Borski's squad, taking on Legion's squad here, Syndrome of a Down. This is the first time we get to see Legion's team. He already made a lot of moves, a lot of switch-ups here. This is the first time we're going to see him on the ice here. What about this series here? Now, I spoke to Jay-Z earlier today. Now, Jason Borski does a lot of live streaming recordings for me, for the league here, so we could use it for SportsCenter. And he told me specifically he's not going to be streaming tonight. He's just going to be recording because he doesn't think there's going to be a lot of viewers watching this series here. So I don't know if that means that he's going to be blowing them out or not. But what do you think here, Giants? Any chance here for Legion?
I don't think so. He had problems already before the season even started. And it looks like he dropped Rocco to pick up Shadow Demon. Now, Shadow Demon is nasty, right? And I think he's definitely MHL quality or whatever. But when you got to make that much roster moves before the season even starts, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So I don't think gratuitous amounts of energy. I think they're going to sweep. Maybe one of the games will be close out of the three. We'll see what happens tomorrow, and we'll update you guys on how our predictions go. Blaze?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of actually being in the same party as Legion's team, and he seems to be actually maturing. It's kind of funny. I go in the party, he's not like, go lick my balls, or you're an idiot, or you're dick cheese or something. He's like, yo, we might need you, blah, blah, blah. He's actually maturing with the role here. And actually, I think his team is a lot better than you guys give him credit for.
Okay.
I think they might actually turn some heads tonight and get the series 2-1.
One thing I like about Legion's team is the guys that he has on the MHL rights. Jason Blaze, Upshall 4 MVP, Mikey Fish, 3 guys that have proven themselves here in the AHL. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those 3 go up on this team and be permanent on the MHL squad. So that's it for those. We only got a couple of minutes left here. We pretty much recapped it. There wasn't much to recap because of the server issues. Anything else before we sign out here, fellas? Blaze?
Nah, I got nothing. Just good luck to the teams tonight, really.
Wow, okay. Well, what about you, Giant?
Yeah, make sure you guys try to get online a few minutes before that.
What's in the microwave,
man? If you're interested in the waiver games, try to be on. All the information is on mooseice.com. There's a link over there that discusses waiver games on the recent posts over there. You can find all the info over there. It's going to be in geography, so try to get there by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so we could start the waiver games in a timely fashion. Go ahead, Flanny.
All right, man. Sounds good. And I was just wondering, what was in your microwave, man? I thought I heard it before.
Oh, yeah, leftovers, dude. It was imitation crab meat with 4 cheese sauce and, the powdered 4 cheese sauce and medium shells. It was delicious. My wife's a fabulous cook, man.
Oh, man, I might be coming over later, man.
And that was our small little episode in the FlanFan show of What is Giant Eating?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try to quiet down when I move my chompers next time.
Hey, maybe we'll do a guess what Giant's eating thing, man. You know what I mean? Have these guys call in. So I would never have guessed that one, man. But maybe some callers out here will know. So hey, maybe Miss Giant 918 will call in one time, and I'm pretty sure she knows. But that's about it here, man. It is the FlanFan. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 5 to 5:30 for the AHL, and then 5:30 to 6 for the MHL portion. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the callers calling in here, and we'll see you tomorrow. Blaze, hit us out here, man.
Have a good night, guys.
Okay. Here, I'll just click this button.